All right, guys, welcome to the Old Glory Red Report. Today we are going to be talking about the game against Colorado that happened on Wednesday. It was a great atmosphere out at Poffin Murphy's Park. Switchbacks are a team that historically have gotten the better of us, so we did need that support out there, cheering those boys on. It was great to see everyone come out. It was a terrific game, so let's just go ahead and roll into that first half. All right, so coming into that first half, we did see both teams come out in a more 4-2-3-1 formation. Elliott does seem like that's the formation he is liking to play recently. We did have a little rotation of personnel again. Nishaw coming in with the start. Partain was back in at left back. Tainter was back in after his red card, so we did see a little personnel change. I think the coach is starting to get where he wants to be. We saw a lot of good free flow attacking from the front line. The defense did really well today. That first half was just an open game, back and forth. Both teams really had great chances, great possession. I can't say one team was the better team. Although if it wasn't for Cohen, I think we probably would have been down a little bit more going into the half. He had a couple of great saves. Even the Switchbacks player had to congratulate him on one because it was such a good save. So that's amazing. There was the challenge late on that was potentially a penalty, but Gomez did good to get back. His arms are tucked by his side. He deflects the ball. On the follow through, the player trips over him. I think the ref was right on that one. No penalty. Otherwise, it would have been real soft. But it does give him the corner. Coming off that corner, they put it in. Malcolm's got a pretty open chance. I think Moffitt was off him just a little bit. Probably should have did a little bit more covering him. Great header from him, though. Great cross in from them. It was just a good set piece, and that's kind of been our downfall. We've seen us, give out a few goals on set pieces this season so far. So, Gomez was on the post. He did try to clear it. Cohen just couldn't get to it. It was a good set piece by them. Down 1-0 early, but we have seen this team fight back, so we kept up our spirits. We knew it was a team that can go and get some points out of a game where they're struggling a little bit. We still look good moving forward. We still had great play moving forward. The back line summed up quite a bit. It was great to see Rodriguez in there. He was playing really well. I think just overall it was a good first half for both teams. They probably had the better looks on goal that first half, but it was a very open, free-flowing game. It was great for the spectators. It was, a thrill to watch at least. So Elliott did come out with the same formation in the second half, playing that same tactic. We did just come on fire in the second half. We have seen this from us this season where we have better second halves than first halves. The team really seems to pick up and get momentum going. We had some great attack. It was great to see the flow and the movement. Moffitt got his opportunity to play up top more. We saw him going out to the right, giving us more options on the right. Bijev was really working the wing on the left from the whole second half, really pushing forward. We did get the breakthrough with Iwasha leveling it up. Great through ball from Rodriguez out the back. Plays it into Iwasa. Iwasa takes it right past the keeper into the far corner. Levels it up 1-1, and that changes the whole momentum of the game. From there, we felt like the Republic was really taking it to them. Now, Colorado Springs did have some, chances that half, and they did play well that half. There was some nervy moments, but we didn't really have to see Cohen save that many goals this half. Their shots were mostly off target. They didn't really create too much of opportunity like they did in that first half. I think we dominated the second half a little bit more. We probably had about 60% of the possession in that half, so that was amazing. The back line summed up quite well. I do like seeing Rodriguez and Tainter. I think they made a really good partnership in the back. Gomez has had another great game. I think he didn't put a foot wrong. He's a player that's been doing really well since he got introduced into the starting lineup. Partain being that makeshift back, I think he's doing well. You can't fault him for too much during the game. He did go out early to let Saylor came on, which we probably moved into a back three at that point, really trying to go for the game, trying to get something, and I do like how Elliott's been doing that, really just trying to get something out of each game, not just setting back and accepting a one-point draw. He really wants to go for the 3 points, so that's exciting. Not much later on, Bijev with some great movement. I believe the ball came from Iwasa. Bijev with some crossovers, puts it through the keeper's leg on the near post. 2-1. We're elated in the crowd. Everyone was cheering. What an amazing feeling it was. Such an atmosphere in the TVB section. Everyone was just going crazy. It was really just great to see. We get that 1-2 gun lead. We have to keep that momentum going. Switchbacks did kind of step up at that point and try to get a little more attack on, but they just couldn't make anything of it. There was a bad challenge from Moffitt later on that did deserve a card. I think he slips a little bit, but his two legs go up, and whether you slip or not, I think that is a yellow card. The ref does give it wrong. He gives the card to Suggs, the captain of the Switchbacks, instead of Burt. Burt did have a first yellow card already, so he should have been off the pitch there. I think the ref got that wrong, just misidentified the player. So maybe USL will go back and look at that and give him some repercussion for his retaliation after that. Hall retaliates to there, gets the yellow card. Kind of a little cluster that happened there. After that, Switchbacks did have a few more pushes. We saw the game out with some good defending. The ref gave a few extra minutes in the end, maybe more than we wanted him to give. He seemed like he dragged the game out a lot. Let the Switchbacks get that last corner on us. Cohen did great to save that, put it down, end the game, get us 3 points, keep us on top. What a momentum we've got going into this, keeping that undefeated, sitting at the top of the table. I think this is one of our best starts to a season, or the best starts of the season we've had in our history. So it's great to see. Hopefully the boys can keep this going. We do have another home match coming up, so stay tuned for the preview of that. We will talk everything about that game coming up shortly, so make sure you check into that. Great atmosphere again, great play from the guys, great second half, great 3 points. All right, so some of the key things that I really thought we could take away from this game, besides the amazing 3 points, is that we saw the free-flowingness of our attacking. We saw Moffitt and Iwasa and Nishaw all being able to switch position they're in. We got to see Moffitt move forward, which is great, but you saw him come back and do his defensive work too. Bijev is just, elated on that side, has just been doing such an amazing job on the left side, but you can see him flow and pick up the ball too. And so I thought that was a real key for us. Elliott wanting to go for the 3 points, that's something that I'm glad to see here. We want to win each game. We don't want to play for draws. I'm not a big fan of playing for draws, so I do really enjoy the fact that Elliott is going for games. I think that's amazing. We registered our first win against the Switchbacks, which is always awesome. It's good to get off the mark. Hopefully we can break that streak of them doing it and just keep that going. Keep getting wins against a team that we did previously see a lot of hard times against. So that's amazing. Get off on the right start there. And we're unbeaten. It's great to see that. We have to talk about how well the players are doing even when they go down. They're fighting. They got the strength to power on through a game. Iwasa has pulled us back many times already this season. I think this is, 3 or 4 games where he's been crucial in bringing us back. So that's amazing from him. Really built the momentum after he got his goal. So, just being able to fight. And I think that's something we really need to see in the team. And lastly, I really like the depth we have coming off the bench now. We really see options off the bench that, have goals in them. When you bring Isley on and you're able to, start Nishaw instead of Isley, or you got Alleman coming off the bench. I think there's real potential for players coming off the bench to get goals, and that's something you really need to see in a squad if you want to go far. So you want to see goals not only from your starting 11 and your key players, but you want to see those guys coming off the bench be able to get goals, and you want to be able to see that rotation and feel comfortable when one player starts over the other, knowing that he can score just as much as the other player. And that's a key for me taken away from this season. My man of the match, I did choose Bijev as my man of the match. Again, he's just a workhorse. I really appreciate the work he does on and off the ball. I think he's amazing on defense. He works the press really well. We saw the goal from him tonight, which is well-deserved, so give him for that. But he just, he's always working up that side. He's always running. He's a player that just has been impressing this season. So I do give it to him again, but it was close. Moffitt could have got it. I think Gomez had another great game. Iwasa with his goal bringing us back. He could have easily been man of the match too. I think he had an amazing game. It was a great team performance. I don't think anyone did too much wrong except for maybe that one little turn off again in the defense where Moffitt maybe could have did a little bit better to defend. But we got the 3 points, so who cares about that? Rolling in. Again, great momentum into this season. We'll see you guys next time. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you did like it, please share. Check us out on Facebook at Old Glory Red Report, on Instagram and Twitter at Old Glory Red. If you haven't already, do subscribe, hit the notification button so you can get all of our videos coming up. We appreciate all your support, and we'll see you guys next time.